Hello and welcome back to NATO Plays Minecraft. So, off camera, I've finished the main building, put in the roof structure and done a little bit of upstairs modifications. Down here, still needs to have some more work done on it, still needs furniture, but otherwise the core of the building is done. So we have our balcony looking out over to our second site over there, which we're going to go have a look at later tonight. On the inside we have big beams spanning across. We've got this recessed roof sections, which are stairs upside down, with planks making the sorry, can't remember what they're called. Yeah, slabs, plank slabs, filling in the holes. It kind of gives it a slightly more lower down kind of sense, but you've got these nice big open spaces above you. It kind of adds an extra height detail to it. We also have, I don't know why this arrow is here. It's not my arrow. I've not fired any arrows so far. It must have been a skeleton a while back, but it's been sat there for a while, and it's really annoying because you go upstairs and it's like, hello, arrow. I mean, that's slightly less annoying, I guess, maybe. Anyway, we also have a roof space, because, you know, we need more space in this building. And a trapdoor to get up here. So I don't quite know what I'm going to use the space for. There is a little window. I played around with having a roof out here, a little lean-to roof, as it were, and having a window in there, but I couldn't really get the transition correct, and it didn't look quite right in the ground either. So the roof is surprisingly high. I'm not entirely convinced I like this style with the roof, because it adds a lot of height to it, and I've got this beaming structure supporting it, and kind of almost the minimum. That was close. The minimum you can have, unless you just go slab. Yeah, the minimum angle you can get, which is kind of 45 degrees with stairs. We've also got this second little lean-to structure for the balcony. Ow. Oh, as you may notice, I have lost another amount of XP, signifying that I died yet again. I was doing some searching in the woods over there and over there for more pigs, because I'd run out of pork chops, and I got creepered while defending against a skeleton, which is the problem with having woods near your house, is even though it's daytime, you can't be sure that you'll be safe. So let's get back down to the ground. Overall, I'm relatively happy with this building. It does feel a little top heavy with this big roof. I might play around with more ideas with this sort of set in section. Show it from this side, which I haven't really seen. I like this vista. This view. This view is quite nice, with the small window and the gridded structure. So in general, I might use this as a rough template for the buildings for the other house, for the other site. I might make a few changes to it, use different materials, clean up this connection. It's a little bit messy. What I need to do right now, however, is go around and add some torches just to the exterior to keep it lit. I'm not too massively worried about the external lighting, because once I've got the bed in there, it kind of doesn't really matter. But it's nice just to have a little bit more lighting on the ground floor, especially once it gets dark. just to be able to find your house again. Talking of beds, I'm going to grab that bed, going to grab this. I'll move the rest of this stuff later. I'm probably going to keep that as a mine. There are still all the diamonds down there which I haven't gotten out yet, which I need to do. To get an enchanting table for here. So, also no more cows. No more cows? No cows. Period. Still no cows. That's what I meant to say. So still no cows, so that's one of the things that I need to do. So, I just want to have a quick chat about my crafting area. One of the things I like to do is have simultaneous storage and crafting. So essentially I don't need to go anywhere to craft. And I've got this technique of putting crafting benches in the floor along your storage area, on my storage area. So all I need to do is look down wherever I am, and I've got a crafting bench instead of having them dotted around the walls. Hence, that's why they're in the floor. It also does add a little bit more detail. It kind of looks almost like a bit of carpet or something. I might add some more carpet in here, like big rugs, once I've got some coloured wool. And I need to sort of work up what I'm going to do with the upstairs. In terms of furniture, for the time being, I'm going to put my bed there because it seems slightly central. Obviously it's not night time, so I can't set my bed. I mean, I think the actual spawn is, I think I've placed my building pretty much on the spawn block. It's somewhere under there. Every time I've died, every time I've died, I've respawned in my bed because I hadn't died before putting my bed down. But when I entered, it was somewhere around here. That still annoys me. There's not been a patch, so I don't know. I don't know what I expect. It seems to be mirrored. It seems like that block. No, that should be there. It should just be facing the other way, and the same with that one. And it's not the same on the other side. So I don't know. So at some point I will decorate up here. Probably wait until I have some cows to make sure I can have some more some leather for paint for item frames. Oops. And also I need to get some sheeps to get some wool. I know I've got 2 chests back at the other house, the hovel, so I don't need to make too many of these. I just want to fill out, so you can get a sense of what it will look like once it's full. Do you know what? I don't know why I'm doing it that way when I can do it that way. Ham-handed as always. Ham-fisted. Ham-handed. Oh, I've made too many. Oh, I've done that again. I'll probably put those other 2 chests upstairs then and have them for generic storage. So, we have our storeroom and our workshop area. Space for our enchanting table. I'm going to put the brewing stand here. In fact, I might put a double chest somewhere along here and have the brewing stands on there. I wonder if you can put brewing stands on top of chests. Probably not. Probably not. I may also put a double chest in here for farming supplies. So there's space for more chests. Where's the sun? Probably just about to set. So we shall go and take a look at that area as soon as the sun has, there we go, yeah, as soon as it becomes daytime again. So yes, I'm relatively happy with this. There are a few little areas, a few little issues I want to tidy up for the next version of it, the next expansion of it. As for future plans, the first thing I'm going to try and get done over there is find a nice spot for a town centre, set up like a bit of a town square with some kind of central monument or fountain or something, and then have some civic buildings around it, so like a town hall, maybe a big inn, various things like that. And so start setting up small shops and things like that. I also want to scope out where I want the throne room to be, because that sort of defines where I want to put other things in relation to it. So we have food, torches, a few tools, other detritus. Make sure that door's closed, make sure this door's closed, and we shall return momentarily to this house after having a look around there. This house doesn't have a name yet. It needs a name. Holy shit. Well, fuck you too, Mr. Unknown. Oh yeah, you pick up that sand, and you go away. That didn't scare me at all. Anyway, so yeah, this house doesn't have a name. Someone suggested the German translation of the word awkward, I think it was, or anxious or something, because as you can see here, there's a slight mismatch of where the glass is versus where the wall is. And someone I know who has it's a bit OCD, has a bit of an OCD about these things, was kind of saying, you don't know how angry that makes me. You don't know how you know, I think the term he used is splurg, which is, I don't know the exact meaning of that word so much as it's sort of obsessive compulsively thinking about and noticing things and basically being a bit anal. Someone else suggested that it should be the awkward house or the anxious house or something like that, but the name was too long to fit on a single sign, and I probably couldn't pronounce it correctly. So yeah, I'm taking suggestions for the name of that house. But while it's light, let's set off to our island, which again, at some point, will need a name. Actually, to be fair, the first thing I'm likely to do is, once I've decided where the town hall is going to be, I'll probably put in a bridge, because water is awkward and kind of annoying, and it would be nice to be able to get over there easily. Now clearly there's going to be a problem of height and connecting it back to the mainland, so what I might end up doing is having a bridge that comes across relatively low into the rock and then have a big staircase in the centre that you go up into the core of the town, possibly with a big arch on top of which there might be a big tower or a big building, sort of almost like a seat of power type thing. Yeah, that's probably going to be, putting a bridge in is pretty important to get done early on so that I can actually get to the site easily. I probably will keep, now that I've built the house, the first house, the panic house, however you want to call it, I would probably want to keep my base of operations around there and come across whenever I need to. I'll probably be spending quite a lot of time on this island anyway. However, we'll see. So there's quite a lot of space on here. It's deceptively big, actually. When I went around it last time and I reviewed the footage, I was surprised how big it ended up being. The first thing I note is that we have this slightly separate peninsula, which isn't disconnected. It's still connected to the main island. There's not a water channel, but it's clear that I don't know if that's because it's tried to make a river and it's just not. Yeah, you can see on the hello stuff in there, but you can see here that it's the biome for this location is river, but because of the I assume because of the extremes hills biome, has like a generalized y coordinate for it, which is a lot higher, which is why the terrain's a lot higher, and I assume oceans have a lot lower sort of generalized y level, so it's a lot lower. So where the two meet, you get these very steep drop-offs, and a river probably has a like a minus effect, which should take it below the default water level. So when you have a hill, when you have an extreme biomes area with a river in it, the chance of it actually being full of water is relatively low, especially if you have, I would assume, if you have a ocean nearby too, because the sort of generalized water level will be low. I mean, I'm not a programmer. I haven't looked at the code for terrain generation, so I might be entirely wrong, but that's how it seems to me. So this area might actually be a nice seat of power, a nice area to have the main body of the castle on. So the throne room and some little antechambers, and it might also be nice to have the bridge come in at that angle, come into that section at the bottom, and then come up here. So over this gorge, and have the bridge kind of come up on the inside and then bridge over here. Probably come up as another small set of staircases before having maybe two bridges that go across that mirror it. I may actually throw up on screen a sketch of what I'm thinking. Maybe next time, maybe this time, I don't know. I'll do that in post anyway. So depends how I feel. Depends how it goes when editing this piece of footage. So yeah, that's like a primary candidate for the main body of the tower, which is also quite good because that's the area you see from the first house. As for a town hall, as for a town centre, possibly on this section. Oh, I should stop. Whenever I run around, I sprint, and whenever I sprint, I jump. So I use so much food. But yeah, as for a town hall and a town centre, maybe this plateau up here, directly across. But I'm seeing down here, across this sort of hanging section. Hello, pigs. I'll come murder you later. This section down here, which is a bit too disorganised for a town centre. It's not really flat enough. I mean, this is the biggest, flattest area so far, and it's not really big and flat enough. You could flatten off this area and have. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. If I took this little outcrop here out, there is this bowl that I'm standing in, which is bottomed by this water. Now, we could have the town centre supported over this bowl, so it floats in the middle with big beams that go across and support it. That might be really cool. That might be really awesome. I think that I might end up doing that. So the town hall, not the town hall, the town square would be a big sort of cylinder, probably at this level, probably down at this level. And I'd modify this terrain so I could get a big circular floating platform in the centre, and then you have buildings around the outside for shops and other such things. That's a nice. I'm gonna have to do something with this, with this little alcove where this creeper is. Like, blow it up, apparently. I'm not very good with creepers. This interests me because it kind of dead ends. So this might be a nice spot for like a cathedral or something, built into the rock, and looking out to sea. That is not a sunsets there and raises there. So yes, that's one of my primary thoughts. This is going to be a fantasy city. and I'm gonna want some sort of probably Mage's Guild type structure, some kind of magic college type structure. If nothing else, like a mage's tower somewhere. So, looking over at these spires over here, I kind of want to be separated out because it's its own kind of entity that's stuck on that resides within the city, like most classical magic colleges are, whether it's the Unknown University in Discworld or even like the College of Winterhold in Skyrim. They tend to be sort of their own little isolated thing that happen to reside within a city. He was annoying me. So this area that faces, I shall follow the pig to its death. And apparently there's another one nearby. I'm gonna go for it. This might be a nice kind of outcrop to have a mage's tower on, or even a lighthouse. A lighthouse might be a nice idea for this section, since it appears to be on the edge of a big ocean, and there's also a few little islands over there. There's that section which looks really angular. So yeah, this might be a nice spot for a lighthouse, especially if I get some redstone lamps and daylight sensor. I can set up a light that only turns on at night, which would be quite nice and cool. So yeah, now the task of not dying always sounds a lot more fun than it is. One of the interesting things with the water renderer is the new rendering system that you can see the water better, is that you can see mobs properly through them, which makes fighting in the water a lot easier than it used to be. I found that zombies are acting slightly differently. I knew they changed some of the way zombies fight, like they resist the natural knockback a bit more, and there was something about them spawning more zombies after a while. Oops. So if you're fighting something, and yeah, if you're fighting a zombie and you hit it too many times, it'll spawn more zombies, and more zombies, and more zombies, and more zombies. I don't know if that's a rumour or if that got implemented or what. I've kind of purposefully almost not looked at the change log for things like that because I quite like the surprises. There's a skeleton over there in gold armor who just despawned. So yeah, I can. It does seem that it is entirely disconnected. There is a little strait here to another section of island up there. I may actually just build a map once I have a bit more paper, or any paper. Oh, hello pigs! It's a pig apocalypse. No cows though. Still no cows. I want some damn leather. I did find some donkeys. I did find a couple of donkeys. The other side of the trees to the... what would be the north, I think? Off the top of my head. But I haven't had a need to tame them yet, so I haven't bothered. I'm interested to look over in that direction, see what's there. There's some trees and some what looks like plains. I might have a part of me wants to have a secondary bridge that goes over there and another kind of entrance to the city, and part of me wants to keep it. Well, part of me wants to keep it separate entirely, and have the only connection be through the other side, but considering that considering that straight is less distance than the other one to where the house is, I may end up capitulating on that. And oh, I don't like to leave creeper holes, but whatever. I'm gonna go and fix it later. I saw some witches. Yeah, witch surface witches, or witches not in. I found a witch in a cave earlier, and they spawn in swamp biomes. But do they spawn in the dark now? Just generically, like any other mob? That'd be kind of interesting, because I felt after they added witches that we didn't really see them a lot, and it was just a bit annoying that a new mob had been added, and it took me so long to see it. It wasn't until I played through Inferno Mines, Vex's Super Hostile Inferno Mines with some friends as a group, which was interesting to say the least. That map is not designed for multiplayer really, but it was good fun, good enjoyable time. But I encountered witches in that for the first time really, and they are annoying. Poison is probably the most annoying status effect in this game, especially when you have other things attacking at the same time, because you can end up dying a lot faster than you think that you should. So I will probably end the video there, and I will see you next time. Next time we'll probably be putting in this bridge. I'm going to tidy up the surface a bit more in between videos. I may have a sketch and see if I can come up with any thoughts. I'll do a bit more mining. I've pretty much completely used up all of my wood again. I need to look up some automatic as they come in vanilla Minecraft. Some automatic tree farms, so that when I have the resources to build on, I can. Just to speed up collecting wood, because I'm probably going to use quite a bit of wood. I'll probably try and switch to normal oak, because I actually like that colour a lot more than the dark wood. Especially if you're going to mix and match the wood and the logs. There are spiders in my loft. Just the one. I thought it would be light enough in here not to spawn them, but that probably is going to be an ongoing problem until I fix it. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.